Hello, I'm here with Trustee Janet Bruner at Calvary United Methodist Church. Janet is one of our longest standing members in the church, and she's here to share some of her experiences with us. So Janet, tell us how you started coming here to Calvary.
The very first time I came here, I must have been, maybe an early teenager, and there was a spelling bee. It was held in the parlor of the old building. And at that time, Dr. Strayer was the pastor. And my parents had never gone to church. They sent my brother and me to Sunday school, but they never came to church. But my parents were so impressed with Dr. Strayer that we started coming here as a family then to church. I've been here ever since, pretty much ever since. But in those days, this was a very, very well-attended church. There was no education building and no preschool building at that time. There was just this old building. And there were 200 children in Sunday school. Wow. And they were all upstairs. And every Sunday school teacher played the piano in those days. Can you imagine the cacophony of noises during the service? But that's the way it was. And then right off here, which is now the Pioneer Room, it was part of the social hall in those days. And Mr. Wills used to count the money. So he was clanking coins in there, and then the pianos were going, and the children were singing, and there was just this racket. There were 3 services at the peak, I guess, when we had the most attendance, with 3 services every Sunday. And it got so well attended that for Easter service, we went to the town theater down there in the Alameda, and there was a big theater there, and that's when we held Easter service. And one Easter Sunday, the sign out front of the theater said, Mr. Marquis said, "To hell and back." That was the name of the movie.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, Happy Easter, to hell and back.
That's great. And you met Doug, your husband, of
yes,
many, many years.
Well, we were in high school. Yes. And he played we had a church league at that time, and he played basketball. And in order to be on the team, you had to attend church. So he attended this one. And so I thought he was kind of interesting, and we started dating and ended up married for 65 years.
And a very devoted person to you
yes,
to this church and the choir. Why don't you talk a little bit about the history of the choir and what that meant to the church?
Oh gosh, it used to be a really big choir, 20 or 30 people up there. They were upstairs in the choir loft, where they were for many years. And Susan's been there a long time too. I guess maybe Doug was 50 years in the choir. I don't know. He didn't miss very many Sundays. He loved to sing.
And it's a very meaningful part, I think, of our religion as Methodists as well.
Oh yes, Methodists sing. We eat and sing. That's what we do best.
Yes. Now, over these years, you've seen many ministers come through our church, and I know you have some specific memories of some of them. Can you share those about Dr. Strayer and some of the other historical, meaningful icons of this place?
Oh, Dr. Strayer was very charismatic, and it was very hard to replace him. That's the trouble with charismatic pastors. Makes the ones that follow them look bad. And that's exactly what happened. That people didn't ever like the people that replaced him. But there were a lot of good pastors we've had over the years. Have a good one now, and a very good one now. We're happy with him. And we mostly had some very good ones.
And I know we used to have really big events over in Strayer Hall, so tell us about some of those dinners. I was just looking at a photograph with you on one of them. What was that? Do you remember some of these occasions?
Well,
what were
they
they
called
for?
$5 dinners, because that was a very expensive meal in those days. So they called it a $5 dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you remember what was served, or did they have entertainment? What was it like?
And there was entertainment, and that was a pretty fancy meal. The teenagers, which I was at that time, we served.
Okay.
And
And it was mostly like, what was the community like? Were they all neighbors? Were they all people from this Rose Garden neighborhood?
A lot, but I don't think they all were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Janet Brenner, thank you for spending some of your afternoon with us and for enlightening the rest of us about the great history of this church.
Thank you.